AShera Star Goddess. I'm back. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about pendulums. A lot of people have asked me to do a pendulum video, so here I go. This is my first pendulum I ever owned, and I bought this at a little shop in Houston called Mind, Body, and Soul. And this is my first pendulum. It's an amethyst pendulum, and it has copper, a little copper ring around it, and then an amethyst bead at the top. Now this is the first one I ever bought. And shortly after I bought this pendulum, I became fascinated by pendulums because they were so accurate, in my opinion. They were very accurate. So I got obsessed with pendulums, and I started making pendulums myself and selling them. I just like stuttered. I had a website. I had a bunch of them on my Etsy page. And yes, sold lots of pendulums. And we used to go to these little fairs and sell pendulums that I would create, and I fell in love with them. Okay. I also have a book of pendulum charts, and the pages are like plastic, so, well, no, they're like glossy paper, but they have like different charts that you can use your pendulum with to do readings. There's so many charts in this one, but there's lots of pendulum books with different charts, and you can kind of use them to kind of get the answers you need: health, disease, healing, relationship compatibility, personal motivator, you know, stuff like that. How do you, which herbs to choose for your spell work, things like that. So the pendulum is a really good tool for any witch or person who practices divination. Okay. So I'll tell y'all how a pendulum works if you guys are not sure. So there's different ways you can do it. Okay. This is the way I do it. Okay. I hold it like this, and you're supposed to swing it back and forth. Get a steady movement going back and forth. And then when you ask a question to your pendulum, usually if it swings in a circle to the right, that means yes. If it swings in the circle to the left, it means no, if you're asking a yes or no question. Okay. But if you have a chart, then you look at where the pendulum is swinging on the chart to get your answer. Okay. So if you don't have a chart, you can make one on a paper. But for example, if you're going to do it with just a yes or no, you just go back and forth and you say, you ask a question. Okay, now we can test it by asking it something that we know is true. Okay. Do I have a child named Layla? Okay, it's going to the right. That's yes. Okay. Now let's see, I'm asking if I have a child named John. Do I have a child named John? Okay, see how it's going the other way? Because I don't have a child named John. I think it works kind of like a lie detector, and subconsciously we all know the truth, and we all know, you know, what's not true, and our heart rate changes, our pulse rate changes, and for some weird reason it just listens to us subconsciously. So this is a subconscious tool and a tool of mentalism. So you can use different stones for different energies. There's so many different types of pendulums. There's some with points, there's metal ones, there's ones with chakra stones, and if y'all have been to my store, y'all have seen like all the pendulums that I sell there. But whenever I'm like in need of an answer, and the cards or tarot cards are not telling me what I want to know, or they're not very precise, you know, I will go ahead and get my pendulum out, and I will ask the pendulum, should I do this? And then if it says yes, I know I'm going in the right direction. If it says no, then I'm like, I better rethink this, replan it, you know, figure it out. Now a lot of women will use this and drive themselves crazy. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you're going to ask if your man is cheating or your woman is cheating, and you already believe they are, watch out. Okay, this is for answers you do not yet know. Okay, so be careful. All right, make sure you're asking the right questions, okay? Like, for example, am I right? Like, you would say, am I right about thinking that my husband is cheating? And then it's going to go into a, like, now it's saying no. Okay, so I guess my husband is faithful. So, that's how you can get around those type of questions, by asking, am I right? You know, not is my husband cheating and you're already thinking he's cheating. Am I right to think that my husband is cheating? That's how you ask that question if you feel like he is. That way you get a better answer, okay? Now, when I do readings for a lot of people, sometimes the cards are not very clear, or they're not giving them a specific enough answer. And sometimes, very rarely though, very rarely, I will say, well, we need to ask the pendulum. Okay, we need to ask the pendulum, because these cards aren't giving you the answer that you're looking for. And let's ask the pendulum, okay? And so I'll pull it out. Sometimes I'll get a chart. There's a relationship chart. There's a self-help chart, like when people have what's blocking me. Oh, what's blocking me? And then I'll do the chart. And it'll say self-discipline or something like that. So we know what to work on within ourselves sometimes. When we feel blocked, the pendulum can help answer what's blocking you, okay? You can get pendulum charts, print them out. You can buy a book like this. There's many different ways you can get charts, but I like having a book because it's very handy. You can flip to different pages. It's all in one place. I got this a long time ago at probably Half Price Books or something, and this book is normally like 20 bucks, but I think I got it on sale for like $4 at Half Price Books. But yeah, it's always a good tool to have on hand for any witch. A lot of people use this in Chinese medicine to choose the right herbs for their teas and their tinctures and things like that, or spell work for witches. You know, we have herbs that are for multi-purpose everything, and we don't want to put every herb in our oil or tincture. So we're going to ask the pendulum, we're going to lay out our herbs on a table, and we're going to ask the pendulum, which herb do I put in my oil? And it's going to start going towards one right away, and you put that herb in, okay? And you only want to use a couple of herbs, not all of them. So you're going to, like, let's just say 3 herbs. So then you do it again and see which one the pendulum swings towards. So now it's going to swing towards this herb. You put that herb in. Okay, last time, which herb out of the 3 that are left, it's going to pick one out of all of those 3, and then you put that herb in, and then you don't put the other ones in. That's it, okay? That's how you can do that. A lot of people do this with medicine as well. For example, holistic healers, and when they offer their clients herbs or, you know, tinctures or things like that, they will use their pendulum to kind of pick which one is best for their client. So that's how you can use pendulums in like herbal medicine. I know Reiki healers and healers use pendulums sometimes over their clients, like when they're laying down. You can also cleanse your chakras with a pendulum, because you know our chakras turn, and if we want to slow one down, we'll take it and go counterclockwise towards, you know, if one is overactive, we'll go like this and kind of balance out that energy. And if we want to speed one up, then we'll take the pendulum over the chakra we want to speed up and go like this, you know. So you can use a pendulum for pretty much everything. My kids like to play with them. You can even use this on a spirit board instead of the planchet. You can draw a spirit board on a piece of paper and use this to divine with, or you can get a spirit board and use your pendulum to point to the letters and things like that. Because a lot of people don't like the planchet because they feel like, oh, I have to move it, and if it's moving, it's fake, and you know, I'm moving it and I don't see the point. Well, if you want to use a spirit board and you don't want to have to deal with the planchet, get you a pendulum, okay? Yes. I also used to carry this with me everywhere I went because I was obsessed with it. I had a little rosary bag, like from a Catholic rosary, that I took the rosary out and put the pendulum in. Okay, this is like a, ooh, I just caught it with my leg. This is like our rosary, you know. Became my rosary, you know. I needed this, okay. So if you don't have like a bag, you can put it in a mojo bag, a little pouch, but you don't want to just leave it hanging around in your purse because, you know, the chain can break or the bead can pop off or this can get scratched up or it can scratch your phone. So you want to keep it in a nice little bag or something like that, or in the pocket, or a coin purse or something like that in your purse, okay? You want to keep it nice and safe. I don't carry it around in my purse anymore because I feel like I can wait till I get home to ask my pendulum. But when I first got that bad boy, I was like obsessed with it. I was like, what should I order in drive-through? You know, I was like, number 1, number 10, you know. Just to test it, you know. When we get a new tool, we're like kids, you know, we're like playing with it all the time. I know when I get a new set of cards, I'm like, yes, who wants a reading, you know. And because I'm so excited to use my new cards, and I'm like, oh, these cards are so great, I love them. And speaking of cards, I just recently stopped using the tarot cards I've been using since I was 13. Those things were worn out, almost like they were like about to fall apart, seriously. And I did not want to stop using them, but I found a good replacement that works just as well, and I seem to have a really good connection with these cards. And so that's what I use now for my readings, which are the Spellcaster's Tarot. Okay, love these. And I just have to give a shout out to Sensista Brujo Luis for doing a video on these, and I saw his video and I'm like, I gotta have those. And now I use these in all my readings and they're very accurate. I'm very connected to them and I just love them now. Like, I don't know, I don't even think I could go back to my old ones. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If y'all have any questions about pendulums, let me know. And if you don't have a store where you can buy pendulums at and you want to make your own, I used to make them. It's very possible to make them. Okay, you just get a stone and like an old necklace, and you can like have a bead on the bottom of it, and then you can use a wire wrap to do it, or you can take a necklace, just a plain necklace with a pendant on it, and just use it the same way. You know, it doesn't matter. So it's up to you. Okay, I wouldn't suggest making it out of like a string. Use something that like it's metal. Don't use like a string, because that has like metal is better because it will vibrate. Your vibration will vibrate through it a lot easier than a string, because it kind of would absorb it. Okay, so I'll see y'all in the next video. Thumbs up, and see y'all maybe next Monday for Conspiracy Monday. If y'all have any ideas, put them in the comments. All right, bye.